and welcome back to HLS Crypto. My name is Dan. Firstly, a big thank you to everyone who's offered well wishes and stuff over the past week. I'm starting to feel better now. Still not fully back, but I am feeling a little bit better. So thank you to everyone who has wished me well in the comments and in the emails, etc. Also, at the end of this video, there's going to be a bit of a labs update. Now, I know that ongoing saga is still there. As you all know, I got out of labs, I sold all my labs, but I understand that a few of you obviously are still in there. So it's just maybe some news that you might be worth listening to. So stick around to the end for that if you are indeed interested in that. So my investment plan for 2024, prepare now. So as we're in the final month of what's been a strange and fascinating 2023, it's good to reflect on how we've done this year and how to congratulate yourselves through making it to this point, still enthused by crypto, and all the rewards that potentially await us if we continue to do the basics right. So if you are still here, if you are still watching crypto videos, if you are still actively investing into the market, if you are still holding your cryptos, then you do deserve a large pat on the back, because we've had some ups and downs, significant ups and downs along the way, as you will all recognize, and the battle scars that you have from those will do you a great service in 2025 when things start to go absolutely mental. So before we jump into the specifics, let's talk about why having a solid investing plan is crucial for the ever-evolving world of crypto. We all know how fast things can change, right? So we'll take a quick look at 2023. What were the major trends, events, and lessons we learned in the crypto space? Understanding the past is key to shaping our strategy for the future. So obviously we had the AI narrative, which you can see here. This was a Singularity Net. As you can see, this was 2023. You know, it made a significant fight up the ladder there. So did a few others like Viot, Rose, Render. You know, there's a few different AI coins that really took the limelight in 2023. Obviously, the coin of 2023, you could definitely argue, was in fact Casper. Casper was absolutely superb throughout 2023, and I expect it to continue into 2024 and beyond. I've showed you this chart before, but I think, again, where it says understanding the past is key to shaping our strategy for the future, I think that's very, very clear. As we've seen in the past, you know, we've had these bears, the pre-bull and the first bull. Excuse me. I'm sort of getting it out now. So as we obviously approaching the 2024, it's my opinion we'll still see a slight dip somewhere along the line. But you've seen this chart before. You know, you need to have a good look at this. I'd screenshot it. I'd study it because it will be a very useful tool to you as we get into the 2025 and obviously 2024. But for now, it's all about looking forward. So as we gear up to 2024, there are some key factors that we need to keep an eye on, whether it's regulatory developments. Now, we know that for me personally, I think that this is the last kind of Wild Wild West bull run. So regulatory developments that happen along the way in 2024 and in 2025, yeah, they may not completely shape the 2025 bull run, but they may have slight negative impact. So we need to have a little look at that. Moving into the 2028, 2030 kind of cycle is where I think the regulatory requirements will be so tight and stringent that I don't believe it will do a lot of benefit to us as an investor. We'll probably be like looking at similar to how the stock market is. Technological advancements, they're always absolutely worth looking at. Casper's a classic example for this. And obviously some of the AI coins as well. Be wary of some of the AI coins, though, because a lot of the AI coins don't actually involve AI in any way. They'll just have an AI in their name, and sometimes they'll pump based on the fact of that, but often they can cause investors to get wrecked. I got offered a sponsorship the other day from a coin that ended in AI. Obviously, I turned it down. I turned down all that stuff, but it's just interesting to see that these companies, that they're not even out yet. They're already trying to get people to speak about them, and pay for it, essentially. Market sentiment. Now, staying informed is the name of the game, but market sentiment is absolutely huge. So we know that crypto's feed and greed index exists for a reason. So at the minute, we're at 72 greed, which I actually expected would go a little bit higher than that, given Bitcoin's price. But, it isn't. It doesn't seem to be doing that. And then you've got Bitcoin's price at the moment is 43,598. So it is coming down slightly, but Bitcoin is surprising me. It is surprising me. There's its 24-hour chart, but its max chart, which is the thing we all want to really look at, because the max chart's going to be an idea. So you can see what happened, obviously, in 2021. That's significant, and I expect it to be as significant again in 2025. So look at the all-time high. We're only 37% away from that now. So they are good indicators that next year could be potentially very bullish. Back to the video itself. New projects, they'll come out with huge X potentials, and it's key to try and keep as informed as possible so we can potentially ride one of these gems as a small addition to the portfolio. But of course, this will be at a risk, because when we go into the big times of green, now, if you haven't experienced the 2021 bull run, then you probably won't be as aware of this as those who are battle tested through the 2021 bull run. But there'll be, when we go into times of green candles, this buzz around the space, you'll see more and more scams during this time. So you must stay vigilant. There is going to be a shit ton of scams that just fly out. There'll be rug pulls. There'll be, projects that just don't even exist. There'll be people asking and trying to get hold of your wallet address left, right, and center. Just do not give that out. Keep as vigilant as possible. Obviously, we'll talk about that more towards the stages where it's more likely to happen. As I mentioned in the previous video, I've paused my December DCAs and I'm anticipating a good sized dip. That may come in December. If it doesn't, then I imagine it will in January. And I want to ensure that I can get the biggest bang for my buck, so to speak, because it could potentially be the last sort of reasonably sized dip that we see before the bull run. Then the plan going into 2024 for me is to increase revenue and continue to add that to the DCA alongside my wages from work. As you all know, I work in a hospital, 12-hour shifts. Can be very tiring, but we're still here every day. We're still going to keep making this video every day. But then to work up there until the date of the halvening in April, because once we arrive at that point, I'll take one or two paths. So path one, if prices are still reasonable and fit within keeping the average entry price low, so these sort of still tick the boxes in that, then I'll continue to do the DCA past April. However, path two is if we arrive at April and the prices begin to move significantly to the upside, then my plan would be to buy every dip along the way with the funds saved from not DCAing in that particular month. If this happens, then great. I'm happy to take either way. You need to be a little bit flexible in your strategy when you start getting into the latter stages, or the very early stages of the bull, but the latter stages of peaks. So I think what tends to happen is a lot of people think that it's up only after a halving event, but in reality, you will still face dips along the way. So don't be scared of those. And I see the red days as windows of opportunity, and it will help your bag grow and keep your average entry price nice and low. So, when things have been pumping for a month, when you get that dip, that's when I will be, if we're on path two, that's where I'll be poised to then go, right, we've got the dip, bang, I'll execute my funds and take the projects that I want. Obviously, things could dip at different times. If that's the case, then maybe the DCA would work that way, where you'd have like a month into Quant, a month into Casper, a month into this, because it all depends on how these prices look after that halving event. So the halving event is going to be key, because it gives us a new angle to look at what we think is going to happen after that. Some people think that it'll drop straight down after the halving and then rally back up. Other people think it'll just keep going up from the halving and then you'll have dips along the way. Whichever way we see that take place, we've got to make sure that we're primed to take advantage on either side of that, because I think it's important for us to generate our biggest bag possible for our lowest price possible in order to take our biggest profits possible. We're now around 12 months away from what I imagine is going to be the biggest bull run in history, in my opinion. I've spoke about why I think that is before, mainly down to a lot of the regulation, but also down to the fact that there's going to be a lot of money, new money, flying into the space, particularly around the euphoric stage, because the media will start talking about it. Your friends will start talking about it. People in the shop will start talking about it. Everywhere you go, you'll hear either the words Bitcoin, probably the words Casper as well, due to how well that's done over the past 12 months. I want to look back. And know that life-changing gains were made, not only for myself. So when we're sitting there at the end of 2025, I want to make sure that those life-changing gains were made. And yeah, not only for myself, but for people I care about. Obviously, massively important. But for everyone who watches the videos, for everyone who subscribes to the channel, for everyone who joins our Patreon to get the Discord access. Speaking about that, actually, we had a great call yesterday. So I'll give you a little idea of what the Discord is and how the Patreon works. So yesterday we had our first, well, it's actually our second live call, which was great. It was great to meet the people in there, and we had a really, really good discussion about all kinds of things, mainly about crypto, but aspirations and goals after crypto and things like that. And it was a real pleasure. Like, I really genuinely enjoyed that. If you want to get into that, there's a link in the description. Then please come in and join our community. I think it's a very nice space. We have a lot of good times, and we speak really well. And I think it's important to have that kind of connection. It is limited to 50 members because I think that's nice to have that close-knit feel. Things that you do get, we do a weekly live call. Although I did forget to record this one, so that's a little bit of an issue, but I'll make sure that we try and record future ones so that anyone who does join can go back and watch previous calls to see if they can glean the information from those. And then obviously we have a chat in the Discord as well. We have chats about everything. There's chats from everyday life into crypto, side hustles, things that people are doing to earn extra money. We review portfolios. We speak about potential minimum exits, minimum target prices to maximum target prices. We speak about a lot of things like that. If I ever buy something, I put it into the Discord so people can know. If I sell something, I also put it there as well. So the Discord chat is really, really a great place to be. And I'm so proud of how that's evolving because the people in there are superb. Like I said before, yeah, it's limited to 50, and you've got workshops there as well. If you wish to have a chat about anything, or if you've got your own little side hustles, then there's a great place that we can talk about that. So if you do want to join, that link is in the description. So thank you very much. Moving forward, when the connection restores, for some reason, this laptop is maybe I didn't feed the hamster that lives inside it. So moving forward, I think it's important that we continue to plan for 2024 because that is essentially the next step along the journey before we get to 2025, and all of this means the world to me, as you already know. I don't take sponsors on the channel at all. I always want to give you an impartial opinion. But ultimately, the most important thing is your view, and I want to thank every single person who watches the videos. The view is the most important. Let me hear in the comments below how you are preparing for 2024. It's always so interesting to hear all your thoughts and plans for the upcoming year. I love the different points of view. The most important thing is to prepare now and be ahead of the game. Also, just wanted to touch on the lab situation. So there was a great tweet put out by Crypto Quamfi. I would encourage everyone to go and follow this guy. He's a decent fella. I'm assuming he's a fella. He may not be, but he seems like a really good guy. He's put out a warning to labs holders today, and I kind of saw this myself and thought, you know what, he's right. Looks like the founder of CEO of Labs, Yen Wang, will be creating another token while Labs is getting wrecked. This is a huge red flag. I agree. In my opinion, I would recommend not investing in Labs or his new token. Stay. A lot of weird stuff is happening over there. I'm no longer a holder of Labs since months ago, and obviously when I sold mine as well. But I still want to warn others that are still in it. And again, that's exactly why I want to make this part of the video, because I think people need to see what's going on. We know that Bernard who was the CEO is gone. We knew that there was a lot of problems in their Telegram because their moderators were basically leaving left, right, and center. They seemed to spend a large amount of money partying with various supermodels at the Miss Grand International event and didn't really give much of a shit about everyone who was invested in the project. And for that, it's something that I believe to be unforgivable and shouldn't take place. I very much like transparency. I very much like integrity. They're very important to me, and they should be important to you on your crypto journey. That's why I will be avoiding Labs at all costs. That's not financial advice. You can take from that what you wish, but it doesn't look good, right? So if you enjoyed this video, if you did like it, please smash the like button. I always appreciate when you guys do that. It means the world. Subscriber wise, we're getting very close to 2,300. Can we smash that today and then try and nail forward to 3,000 for Christmas Day? That's the target. Can we hit it? Let's find out. Comment below, obviously, anything you want to talk about in the crypto world. And as always, wherever you are in the world, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.